what if preserving old buildings could teach us how to build differently for the future? For craftsmen, restoring this heritage is a real challenge. It's about adapting ancestral techniques to meet today's needs. The timber-framed architecture of the Pays d'Auge is a typical Norman style, born in the Middle Ages. The houses are made with an exposed wooden frame filled with wattle and daub or bricks, a mixture that's both solid and ecological, ahead of its time. This half-timbered look shows all the local expertise and gives a real authentic charm to Norman villages. The Manoir du Bais, a listed historical monument, is a magnificent example of 15th century timber-framed architecture from the Pays d'Auge, for several reasons related to its materials, its structure and its style. With its oak beams, its wattle and daub and centuries of expertise, it's the living testimony of an era when we built in harmony with nature. Patrice Le, a heritage craftsman, is working on the restoration of the main building, the facade and the floors.
At the Manoir du Bais, the restored facade has been insulated on both the inner and outer faces of the wall. For two reasons. The first, to restore the last renovation from several decades ago. The rendering can make it look like a stone wall. This choice was made at the time to give a more noble appearance, even if the timber frame is very much present under the rendering. The second reason, protected timber. After several decades of protection from the elements, if we expose them on the outside again, they can degrade very, very quickly under the effect of the weather, bad conditions, the sun and everything else. Restoring heritage isn't just about repairing walls, it's about understanding how materials breathe, live and age. Modern binders like cement block this natural balance. They trap moisture, causing cracks and degradation, sometimes even mould. It prevents what we call breathability. They are harmful to the building and to those who live in it.
Breathability in construction refers to the ability of a material or a wall to let vapour pass through it. This allows the wall to breathe, avoiding internal condensation and thus reducing the risk of mould or degradation in the building. In winter, vapour tends to flow from the inside to the outside. In summer, it's the opposite, from the outside to the inside. The wall-floor interaction is a crucial point. Evaporation must never be hindered by impermeable renderings or coatings, otherwise water concentrates in the wall, progresses by capillary action and causes damage. As this diagram shows, Roman concrete cuts off aggressive rising damp. Residual vapour is either diverted towards the hardcore bed or diffused towards the lime and hemp walls. But water never accumulates by being trapped.
Here we work with the building, never against it. On the upper walls, on the facade, we've used hempcrete, lime hemp, which is compatible with wood, has good thermal and hygrometric inertia, and allows the wood to evolve over time peacefully, without problems or degradation. And the finishing coats, of course, are lime-based.
Hempcrete, made from hemp chips and lime, is lightweight, breathable, and makes for an excellent insulator. Hemp absorbs carbon dioxide as it grows, making it a carbon-negative resource. It also ensures thermal and acoustic comfort within the manor house.
Cork concrete insulates the floors, providing thermal and acoustic comfort while letting the house breathe.
Cork concrete, made from recycled cork mixed with lime, is extremely lightweight and insulating. Cork forests capture carbon, and harvesting the cork never requires the tree to be cut down. It's therefore a renewable and eco-friendly choice, especially for old walls that need to stay breathable and light.
And for the load-bearing masonry, we've returned to an ancient skill, hydraulic lime and pozzolana, the famous Roman concrete. Strong, durable, resistant to the weather and to moisture.
2,000 years ago, the Romans invented a lime and pozzolana concrete, so durable that the aqueducts and ports built with this material are still standing today.
Underfloor heating can be scary, but now not at all. On the contrary, it has a real asset. For a start, it's very discreet, so you don't need any tricks on top. And what's more, it gives off a gentle heat. Pleasant and without any overheating. And we get thermal comfort. As we have a very harmonious building, plus the thermal comfort, we need very little heating. Oh yes, it's the ideal heating for energy savings, for the atmosphere, for the structure and for the planet.
With underfloor heating, we can achieve modern comfort with techniques that respect the environment and health. It distributes heat evenly with very low energy consumption, and it can be integrated into heritage floors while respecting the structure of the building. This site shows how traditional skills and modern bio-sourced materials can unite to offer a future for heritage. Because restoring isn't just about looking to the past, it's about understanding, experimenting and passing it on.
These materials aren't always included in building standards, but our approach allows us to experiment in complete safety, in confidence with the client, and to help transform sustainable ideas into recognised practices. We know these techniques open up real economic prospects for building professionals and companies, for more modest buildings, but also for new builds.
The Manoir du Bais reminds us that innovation isn't always about inventing, but sometimes about rediscovering what we already knew and giving a voice back to what time had almost forgotten. It's not just about restoring, but passing it on for the future.